Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for our Plan B, for our groundbreaking. We encourage you all to use your imagination and think that you are on the property where we will build Aviation Park with lots of dirt, but instead we're dry in this beautiful hangar. So thank you to Carl with the airport and Dave Cutco with Hawthorne Aviation for helping us at the very last minute make this change. We could not have done it without you, so thank you. I am Tracy Rathbone. I'm the Executive Director of the Town Center CID, and we are honored that each of you could join us this morning on this rainy day for the groundbreaking of Aviation Park. When the Town Center CID was established 20 years ago, the district was known to be a commercial area, but our CID founders had a vision and foresight to recognize that it had so much more potential. That it could be more than just a shopping district, that it could be a place where people would want to work, to live, and enjoy all aspects of their lives, and create a community that people wanted to be a part of. For CIDs, which traditionally handle road work and infrastructure, community building falls outside of our usual scope of work. However, it is extremely forward-thinking. The Town Center CID's vision was actualized with the development of the Noonday Creek Trail, which opened in 2014. This paved trail has expanded to wind through Town Center, spanning over 7 miles and serving as a scenic natural connector between Bells Ferry Road and Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. It offers an opportunity for walkers, joggers, and bicyclists to exercise, and for those who work here to refresh their minds and take it outdoors. Since the time that we opened Noonday Creek Trail, the CID has built on our community-centric focus, expanding to even more green space initiatives. We've added the Bells Ferry Trailhead and are enhancing it this year with visitor amenities that will be completed sometime this fall. The CID has also incorporated our popular Zagster bike share program, which has grown to be one of the most successful bike shares in the country. We believe that enhancing our existing attractions will go a long way towards knitting the community together. Through shared experiences, the Town Center community will gain a true sense of place and adopt an attitude of belonging and identity. Parks and green spaces create authentic opportunities for everyone to gather and recreate in a truly unique space. Today, we begin the addition of Aviation Park along this beautiful trail around the corner to provide classic yet innovative outdoor fun. It will include a playground that resembles the Cobb County International Airport runway and feature a Coracord airplane structure that kids can climb on, as well as a toddler and basket swings with ADA accessibility. We have representatives from Compan here today, who is the company that we'll be using to have our playground structure. Thank you all. And it will include integrated electronic play system, combining science, technology, engineering, and math programs with light-up computer games. With this modern technology, children can exercise in thought as well as activity. Overall, we hope Aviation Park will be a space to engage the entire Town Center community, a place for kids to play on modern equipment, for families to picnic under the covered pavilion, or for engineering students to see aircrafts in action. There will be open space for imagination and relaxation, public art to appreciate, and local tidbits to absorb. Park goers can also spread out on a blanket and enjoy the outdoors and watch more than 200 planes that take off and land each day on this runway. I encourage you all to take a look at the renderings of the park and of the playground so you can see the features and layout in detail. We are a district that is fast growing in several different fields. It is the goal of the Town Center CID to capitalize on this momentum and find productive ways to raise the quality of life for our community. Although redevelopment and modernization will be key, we are hopeful that Aviation Park and other green space initiatives will bring people together, To see Town Center is a truly beautiful place where people can enjoy all aspects of life. I would like to extend our sincere thanks to ARCADIS, to Hawthorne, Cobb County Board of Commissioners, the airport, Cobb County Parks, Integrated Construction and Nobility, Winter Design, as well as the Town Center CID and Alliance Board of Directors, and our tireless staff for helping make our vision a reality. To see the reality come to life, we've installed a time-lapse camera on the southeast corner of the site to monitor the progress of the park's development. We encourage you to visit the website to see the progress thus far and visit it regularly as the park continues to develop. You can also download the OxBlue app on your phone and watch it in real time. Thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you at the ribbon cutting later this year for Aviation Park. Now I'd like to welcome Chairman Mike Boyce to make a few remarks. Chairman? Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tracy. Brief remarks. Been great meeting you. I was doing some homework last night reading Thomas Scott's book on Cobb County. And I think it's important that today we see a confluence of, I think, what Herbert McCollum's vision was for both aviation and recreation in Cobb County. He was another one of the many visionaries in this county that we had that has led us to where we are today, to being a quality county where people want to come to safely work, live, play, and pursue their dreams. And it's interesting, the history of McCollum is that there were actually only two, other than at the time Rickenbacker Field and later Dobbins, there are only two other fields in Cobb County, Park Air down where I live in East Cobb, and then a field in South Cobb down off Estelle Road. And we were one of the few major counties in Georgia that did not have a runway, and it was Herbert McCollum's dream to build an airport here. And he did this in 2 years. He got the money in 2 years because it's a remarkable story of, at that time, the FAA administrator for the region was not disposed to have a field here because they had a problem with the rock quarry. And no matter how much Herbert tried to convince him that the airplanes were not going to fall or drive through the rock quarry to take off, it just didn't sell with him. So Herbert had to go up to Washington to Senator Herman Talmadge and work an arrangement there to get on this airport list and also derive federal funding along with state funding to get this airport built. And they did it in 2 years. Then they started off with 23 airplanes, one hangar, at which they leased this field for $150 a year. You will never get that price again. The second thing is that he had this vision for a recreation program. And what we're seeing today with Aviation Park is a merge, I think what Herbert would be delighted if he was here with us today to see that his dream has come true. As you know, we don't do anything in Cobb County unless it involves quality. And I'm delighted to see that Cobb is going to have a future in supporting not just another terrific park here in Cobb County, but we're also going to be partners with the Town Center CID in their incredible program that they have here to bring economic growth to Cobb County. So I look forward in the coming months to doing the ground dedication of that park. And I do want to, I had some notes here about some aircraft here, but I just want to make one small addition to Thomas Scott's book. I'm really disturbed that in 1990, he did not mention that in 1996, I brought a Marine squadron into Dobbins Field and landed here and spent the night. So I'll be working with Thomas to make sure that we get that book revised to reflect and accurate that the future chairman of Cobb County actually came here and spent money before he knew Cobb County existed. So with that, look, again, it's just a terrific day to be here. It's a day the Lord has made. He's given us this rain that we all need. And I'd like right now to introduce a terrific, terrific commissioner for District 3 who absolutely knows her district and her people. And it's a great deal of honor and respect that I introduce to you, Commissioner Joanne Burrell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a really exciting day for me and all of District 3 in Cobb County. And what this park does really is highlights a lot of the best things of Cobb County. The International Airport now with customs and how important aviation is to us. If you know me, you know I'm a big proponent of adding and preserving green space in Cobb County. Aviation Park is the newest and only passive park, county passive park in my district. I know what it takes to put a park in this county, and it's a lot of hard work, but well worth it when you see children playing, families enjoying themselves closer to where they live, and I'm honored to be a part of the efforts to preserve green space and for the future of Cobb County generations. Aviation Park represents 3 of the nearly 50 acres of usable green space that will be added in the next few years as part of the CID's master plan. Mason Zimmerman, the chairman of the Town Center Community Alliance, will elaborate later on what that looks like. But I wanted you to know that there is much more to come, and I look forward to having more places like parks and green space for people to relax and enjoy themselves. I'd like to thank the Town Center CID for their leadership on this project and congratulating them on their leading their first project completely from concept to design to funding and now to construction. This is truly a shining example of a public-private partnership. And we've done many projects, but this is really unique in that it's at our airport and that it'll be a place where families, kids can come, have picnics, watch planes land and take off. And I'm really excited to be here today and honored to be a part of this. Thank you. And next we have, who needs no introduction, Carl Von Hagel, the Cobb County International Airport manager, who was very integral in obtaining the FAA approval needed to build this park, and whose organization provided the land upon which the park was built. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Burrow. I appreciate that. I want to give a couple thanks initially here in public to the people that pulled all this together so quickly. We were all supposed to be out in the mud pit of the actual park, and when we saw the rain forecast, the Town Center CID did an awesome job really getting the train running and figuring out if we could find a way to do this somewhere else. And the only way we were able to do this is the airport staff really pulled together yesterday, and Hawthorne Global Aviation Services, our provider here, who actually is in control of this hangar, found a way to make it happen, because good news is we are 100% occupied. So they really had to bend over backwards to make this happen. And Dave and your staff, I really appreciate the effort. We're really excited to see this park. You know, just take a second about the airport and about the chairman's history of the airport. The airport did start in 1960 with this 23 aircraft. We have over 300 aircraft on the airport today. And we put a lot of resources in the county into this airport. And the reason you put a lot of resources into an airport is the economic engine. We create jobs, and that's what we're all about here. My number one priority every day is, are we creating or protecting or finding jobs that may be able to come to the airport? On the second side of that, well, let me go back. When I came in 1993, the first economic impact study that I was involved in, we found the airport had an economic impact of $12 million to the community. Mostly small aircraft, recreational type aircraft, still used for business purposes on the small scale. Over these last 20-so years, the airport, the last economic impact study we conducted, we had $112 million of annual economic impact to the community. And we support over 842 jobs in the community. 250 of those jobs come to the airport every day to perform their livelihoods on the airport by providing services to the publics or to the indirect development of other jobs. We do two things. We either create jobs directly, or you have the corporate operators that may have moved their factories or their corporate offices to the airport because they were able to gain access to their aircraft with the airport here, and there are people that support that flight department. So that's what I call the indirect. So we're very proud to fulfill our role and do everything we can. Now that's on one hand. That amount of citizens that we directly affect in a big county like Cobb County is fairly small. I don't mean and ever want to neglect the other 600,000 people in the county. So we're always looking for opportunities to bring the community, because the whole community supports the airport. If you haven't been to our restaurant, the restaurant was one of these ideas. Come out to the restaurant. It's open to the public, and you can see what we do out here and enjoy a great meal at the same time and help keep some people employed at the airport. It's all good. Then a few years ago, we've always been looking for a way to show the airport off to the little guys, the people that just want to come out and sit and have lunch, a picnic, and watch airplanes. And we're just so compact. We're a small airport land-wise. We couldn't find a way to make it come to fruition. And then one day, the Town Center CID had a great idea. We're doing these, we've got this trail. That was kind of the initial thought of the trail. And then it was the trail park and an aviation park. And is there some way we can all come together and create, with our different resources, exponentially increase the value of it with the trail and the airport? And absolutely, you know, if I can find a way to help, certainly I would do that. And so for me, this is huge. This is something we've been looking at for over 20 years, to find a way to get that next generation of aviation lovers out to the airport so they can watch airplanes take off and land. And these drawings are just so awesome. The little runway they can play on, and the restroom looks like our old control tower, the first control tower we had. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful scenario. Let's see if I'm supposed to say anything else.
Flip the page.
Flip the page. All right, so my next job, I think that covers my area. My next job is to introduce Mason Zimmerman, Chairman of the Town Center Community Alliance. And thank you, Chairman Zimmerman, for everything you're going to be doing.
Yeah, I want to start by thanking Tracy and Jennifer and Janine for pulling us all together today. Let's give them another hand. And also, Carl, I want to thank you. How long have we known each other now?
23 or 4 years.
I remember when he was the new guy out here. So what's amazing about that is just...
You were a lot younger then.
I know. Trust me. Trust me. But you know, it's amazing to see what's happened to this airport over that period of time. And Carl is humble in his recitation of some of the statistics, but this is a tremendous engine for the county. And it's just been quietly humming away up here for a long time under his leadership. And things like the signal tower and now the park and the FBOs and the restaurant, those are all amazing accomplishments. And I think people just don't give it the respect that they should. And I think this is a phenomenal opportunity to say thank you to Carl. And we look forward to helping with this park. It's a perfect example of bringing all these parties together. So I want to say thank you personally. It's been a pleasure to watch you over the years grow this place. So the Town Center CID has had a long list of accomplishments over its 20-year life. And those accomplishments generally fall into two categories. The CID has done a very good job of being reactive, of identifying problems and looking for ways to solve them. They've also been very proactive in looking for new ways for this community to grow, to be unique, and to be different. And it is in that second category that I want to begin my remarks today, in the proactive category about the way that the CID has made this place, this community, better by seeking opportunities. Aviation Park is a perfect example of that. It was an idea born by the CID and its partners, Cobb County, the airport, the consultants, of which are too many to list. It has been funded into existence by the CID and its partners. So it began as an idea, an audacious idea, which could not happen without the combination of a lot of partners. But now, today, it's shepherded into existence, funded by the CID and its partners. And as Tracy said, it highlights existing CID projects, the Noonday Creek Trail and the Zagster bike program, which are literally on the property. But it's also a starting point for the next new audacious idea from the CID, and that is the creation of the Town Center Community Alliance. The Alliance was born from the CID as a way to more effectively and efficiently deliver parks and green space projects. So it is a way, it's a separate, completely separate, but related entity. Among other things, it will seek ways to get funding that the CID alone, through its legislation, can't do. The Alliance is established to be able to seek partners and foundations and grants and sponsors. And so you'll see eventually at Aviation Park, for the first time, through Jennifer Kane's help, you'll see sponsorship. We want foundations to invest in this area. The CID is unable to do that. The Alliance was created specifically to do that. We've got a phenomenal team of people working on the Alliance. In fact, if you're on the Alliance board, would you please stand? I've seen a number of people here today, right here and here. Thank you guys very much for the work you have done and will do. Aviation Park will be the first project created by the CID, but then nurtured and enhanced by the Alliance. The CID and the Alliance are also, as Joanne said, working on another audacious project, which is the creation of a Town Center Park just north of the Town Center Mall between Busby Parkway and 575. Jennifer Kane, where's Jennifer? Right there, is our development director and is going to play a huge role in all that the Alliance does, along with Tracy and Janine. Janine, you can raise your hand. So they'll be responsible for fundraising and promoting and a lot of the work the Alliance is doing. So thank you for all those that are here today. Thank you for believing in Aviation Park and working to pull it together to make this day possible. Aviation Park is another example of a project brought from idea to execution through the collaboration and leadership of the CID, and Kelly Kepler's fingerprints are all over it. When Kelly was vice chair of the CID, he was in charge of the Quality of Life Committee, under which all of the parks and green space and the bike program and all those things existed under Kelly's leadership. He was also the CID's liaison to Cobb County and McCollum Airport. He served on the Airport Advisory Board. And now, as chairman of the CID, he's been instrumental in the creation of Aviation Park. So it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the CID and the driving force behind the past, the present, and the future of Aviation Park. And he also sits on the Alliance board, Kelly Kepler.
Thank you, Mason. Thank you for your leadership in the past and your future leadership with the Alliance. Really, your commitment to us has been incredible. I'm here to bring you guys home, so if you'll indulge me a minute, I want to focus on the word that's the center of what we are, and that's improvement. Improvement defined as the state of being improved, enhancing value or excellence. And for me, Aviation Park embodies this definition. Are we enhancing value? We're taking 3 acres of land and we're turning it into a place where children can play, families can congregate, people can get together, recreate, relax. It's also the center point of our Noonday Creek Trail. But it's the last part of that definition that makes me proud of the work that we all do, and that is enhancing excellence. You see, it's not enough for this group just to build a trail. We're going to enhance the trail with a bike share program so people have different ways to enjoy the trail. And it's not enough just to build a playground. We're going to build a state-of-the-art, really cool, interactive playground that no one's seen around here before, and a simple restroom won't do. It's going to mimic the historic tower at McCollum Field. But what really has raised the bar on excellence here is the formation of the Town Center Alliance. This board's focus and task is solely to enhance the green space and the quality of life in this area. And for me, it's this enhanced excellence that's going to ultimately transform Town Center from a commercial district in the suburbs to what the first word is and what we are, which is community. I just want to take some time and thank our speakers today, Chairman Boyce, Commissioner Barrett, Carl Von Hagel, and Mason Zimmerman. Without your support, none of this is possible. I also want to thank our CID board. Without their commitment to show up for meetings and their great ideas, again, none of this is possible. Tracy and our CID staff, they work tirelessly, but they work tirelessly to put this event together. Thank you, Janine, Jennifer, Alicia, Colt, and I don't see Nikki, but there she is, Nikki. Raise your hand. Thank you for pulling all this together. I also want to thank Cobb County for making the event possible, helping pull it into a hangar with Hawthorne, Carl, and the airport. A great idea. It was nimble and happened effortlessly. Our imaginary groundbreaking will commence over here. Groundbreakers, if you'll congregate by the shovels, we will get on with it. After the official groundbreaking, our event will end. I want to thank you all for attending, and I look forward to seeing you in 7 months.